Everybody. So my husband and I recently celebrated my birthday in the beautiful city of Los Angeles. I am going to show you guys where we stayed and the food that we ate. I was told that LA is not really known for their food, but I wanted to see what we can find. I am kind of picky when it comes to my food, so I'll let you know what I thought. We got up earlier that morning and took our flight on Delta. I started to watch a little movie. I thought I'd do a cute video, but the screen was cutting up, so my little cute video just ended up being terrible, so I just moved on to the next thing. Once we got to LA, we had to pick up our vehicle. As you know, my husband is a major Cubs fan, so it was only natural that he booked us a blue car. It was actually pretty nice. It was a nice ride. I won't complain, but nonetheless, it was blue. We first headed out to Inglewood. There's the famous Randy's Donuts. If you watch The Simpsons, I'm pretty sure you're familiar with that donut. Our first stop was at the infamous Roscoe Chicken and Waffle. I will say, on our trip, we did end up going to two, one in Inglewood and one in, I believe it was West Hollywood. The one in Inglewood was delicious. Chicken was fresh, crispy. The waffle was bouncy, pillowy, flavorful with a hint of cinnamon. Definitely a 10 out of 10 for the Inglewood location only. Hot sauce was banging too. You guys, we were just driving, minding our own business, and out of nowhere, these bikers just came and just took over the road. After breakfast, we headed over to our lodging. My husband actually picked this spot. Sometimes we do our trips, he'll pick where we're gonna stay, or I'll pick. But since it was my birthday, he did want to pick. I really wasn't sure what he was gonna pick, so I was pleasantly surprised when we pulled up. I don't know if I was expecting something in the high rise or just like a regular Airbnb, but he found this hidden gem called the Charlie. It is actually the property of Charlie Chaplin. He was a filmmaker, composer, and actor in the early 1900s. And they basically took his estate and they turned it into like a property where you can stay. I wouldn't call it a bed and breakfast because you don't get any food, but they basically split up into these different cottages, or you can do like a shared space with someone else. But the beautiful entryway, when you come in, you walk into this beautiful lush garden. At night, you can sit under this terrace. It's lit, and then you can turn on the fireplace. And they even have grapes that are growing on the vine. My husband chose the Charlie. There's different homes that you can stay in, different rooms, but this particular cottage he chose for us, you have your own private garden and sitting area, which is so charming and just beautiful. The weather was nice, so everything was perfect. The customer service was amazing as well. It is a two-story home, and I am told that this is the actual home that Charlie Chaplin stayed in. Some of the ceilings are a little bit low. I believe he was only about 5'5", but they definitely preserved the charm of the home, and it was an exceptional experience. I'll let you take a look around. A place like you do.
Don't stop. Got the key to the lock. We in our own zone. Make yourself at home. Get to know mine on the inside. Can meet at yours next time.
We got settled in, we showered, and we headed out for the night. Of course, I am wearing my Cubs blue. I do like to support my husband and his Cubs, his love for the Cubs, so it's fun. So we headed out for our first night in LA, and we just kind of drove around the neighborhood. We went to Beverly Hills, and we ended up at this Korean barbecue spot. Guys, this Korean barbecue place was a little bit different. I'm used to the one where you're able to cook your own food, But the one that we went to, the guy cooked the food for us. He literally was bouncing from table to table using the utensils to cook the food. The shrimp was not deveined. I can't. I cringe at the fact of cooking my shrimp with a dirty, no. My husband liked the food, but for me, it was a no. I'm not going to say the name of the restaurant because I don't want to put anybody's restaurant in a bad light, but I'm definitely not going to recommend it. So I'll just say eat at your own risk. They're going to be using the same utensils at each table, but whatever. The next morning, we headed out on the street. It was my actual birthday. My husband had planned us a party bus tour, and part of the tour including us stopping at this wine tasting event, which was really cool. They did have some food there, but we didn't eat there. We wanted to go somewhere later and want to save our appetite, but we ended up at the San Antonio Winery. It was a cute little place. They do have nice, if you like jarred canned goods and things like that, or jams and apple butters and things like that, it's really good. We did pick up a couple of bottles of wine for later, but it was definitely a really cute spot and something different to do.
Coming over, that would be a problem. If our friends knew undercover love and they would try to solve it, yeah. You, what we do, it stays between me and you, me and you. What we do, it stays between me and you.
So they did have this apple butter. I don't know. I like to buy apple butter, but I feel like you have to buy it while you're on a road trip down south. You can't go to LA and get apple butter, but they do have it if you're interested. But if you want that authentic southern taste, you have to take a road trip. You have to go down south and you have to get it off the road. It's not going to be in a winery in LA. Sorry, not sorry.
Between me and you, me and you, what we do, it stays between me and you.
In addition to the seating area outside, they also had a restaurant inside. I believe it was called Madalena. They sell pasta and cafe sandwiches and things like that, just to kind of pair with your wine. We did not want to eat there, so we waited until we left, and we just sat outside and waited for our party to finish shopping. And we just enjoyed the weather. It was really pretty that day. Okay, where are my Breaking Bad fans? Do you remember El Pollo Loco? I believe that was one of the places that were in the movie. My husband says it's the same restaurant. I'm not sure. I have to check on it. But guys, this food was really good. I was impressed. I was not expecting it to be as good as it was, but definitely also a 10 out of 10. Chicken was juicy, tender, flavorful. Came with some tortillas, and my husband nachos were really good too.
Did everything I never do in real life. I stepped into a room, told everyone.
After lunch, we just went home, took a nap, freshened up, and then we actually went to my birthday dinner. We had reservations at Boa's Steakhouse. I had been told that Boa was actually a really good steakhouse down there, so definitely had to give it a try. It is located in Beverly Hills. So it is an upscale restaurant. I will say that the decor was pretty nice. When you first come in, you have this massive bar area. You can choose to dine inside, but we wanted to dine outside. The weather, again, I mean, the weather was almost perfect every day. But look how gorgeous this outdoor seating area is. Very nice and luxurious. Lots of fresh greenery. And there's my hubby. But yes, it was really nice.
'Cause these are dream rules.
So, of course, the first thing that we did was get a drink to toast out my birthday. I love a cute drink, and this was the perfect start to a really great dinner. So for our appetizer, we had the prawns. It was a prawn scampi with capers and toast, as well as the crab cake. Whenever I go to an upscale restaurant, I'm always going to have a crab cake as part of my appetizer.
She could tell you the things you want to hear. She could read your mind and that she could believe all the little lies to tell yourself it.
I wanted to cut into the shrimp so you can see how thick they were. They were really big, and their flavor was absolutely delicious. I actually still remember the taste of those shrimp now. Shrimp, prawns, whatever. They were absolutely amazing. That butter sauce was delicious, and the crab cake was really flavorful too. Not a lot of filler. Definitely just pure crab. Don't mind us. We're just taking selfies while we waited for our entrees to come in. So I ordered the ribeye steak. I believe my husband had the New York strip. I didn't get a chance to take a picture of his. We had this smashed broccoli, spinach, and of course you have to have the mac and cheese when you go to a steakhouse. It was actually really good. I definitely enjoyed my birthday dinner. I will say Boa was a 10 out of 10. And we headed back in traffic, full and happy, ready to see what else LA had to offer. My husband ended up getting us tickets to the Laugh Factory. When we lived in Chicago, we stayed at the Laugh Factory. You really can't record much, but they had their chocolate sundaes. It was good, guys, but we were so full. We literally had to go to sleep. We just couldn't hang. Well, it's the day after my birthday, and a time was definitely had. You know, I came to LA before, but I really didn't have time to actually visit the city. But this time around, I have to say I do understand why people want to live here. It's expensive as heck, but it does have a great vibe. Food's been really good. The atmosphere is nice. I mean, the weather has been perfect. Definitely, I'm ready to come back, and we're only halfway through our trip. But just checking in, guys. Of course, we're going to get some more food today. So hopefully I'll do a little bit of more of a thorough review. But that food last night at Boa was delicious, fresh. The seafood was good. Everything was flavorful. It wasn't overdone by any means. That steak had such a crispy crust on the outside. Y'all know I love a crispy crust. But definitely some of the best food we've had thus far. That and that chicken at Roscoe's. Ooh, we might have to go back for a part 2. But we'll see. All right, I'll talk with you guys later. Day 3, we got dressed to just ride around the city and, you know, kind of look at some of the nice LA homes. We did get a chance to see the Hollywood sign, and we just wanted to drive through the neighborhoods and look at some of the luxury homes. To go to Ocean Prime. We did also sit outside, guys. Make sure if you sit outside, you sit toward the inner part and not out by the bushes. There was a family that was sitting out there, and they started screaming because bugs flew into their plate from the bushes around the edge. Yikes. Ooh. So anyway, we ordered some appetizers. My husband chose some sushi. We did the calamari, and we also did a crab cake. Like I told you before, I have to order the crab cake anytime I go to an upscale restaurant. And plus, I just love crab cakes. But I will say that the crab cake at Boa was definitely better than the one that we had at Ocean Pride. For our entree, we did have some broccolini. We had some potatoes au gratin. We had some, again, the mac and cheese. I had the branzino, and my husband had the tuna. On a scale of 1 to 10, I may be giving like a 7.5, 8. I can't think of anything that's really sitting on my mind other than this butter cake that they gave me for my birthday. Absolutely amazing. I took it home and was knocked out. The next day, we got ready to go to the beach. Yes, I do have my mom belly out. Why not? We headed over to Santa Monica. Now, I'm going to be honest. That beach just has so many homeless people, and I know that it's really, you know, unfortunate for them, but it's really hard to kind of enjoy yourself when you just see so many people that's fortunate. Who remembers Big? Did you guys watch Big? Remember this machine from there when he made the wish to be big, and he was a kid in a grown-up's body? I thought that was really cool. But once we got to the pier, the beach, guys, the smell of that beach, I don't know if we got there too early and there weren't enough people in there with suntan lotion and sprays to make that water smell better, but it smelled straight up like garbage. There was no way in heck I was going to get in that water. So we just enjoyed the live entertainment, as you can see, and we decided to find something to eat. Ended up eating at this place called Pure Burger, and I believe we got the double cheeseburger with bacon. Guys, oh my god, they had their own homemade sauce. The fries were delicious. Everything was so fresh. When I tell you that burger had the right amount of cheese, bacon, when I tell you we left no crumbs, we left no crumbs. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. You guys remember that movie Friday? Well, they actually have the Friday house in LA. Damn! Put your glasses back on. You're allowed to take pictures there, and they have it set up for you. But guys, this is how the house used to look, and this is how it looks now. They Monday'd the Friday house. Nothing about that says Friday. Nothing. So once we left the pier, we just went around and did a little bit more sightseeing, and we ended up at Yogurtland. Absolutely delicious, simple, and tasty. This is the aftermath of Yogurtland, the itis. It's been a day. Next day, we headed to see one of my friends that stayed in Woodland Hills. She recommended we try a restaurant called Ann Waffle, and I'm going to let you guys see for yourself. It is a cute little spot. They do specialize in their chicken and waffle. I did get the chicken and waffles, even though we had it from Roscoe. I wanted to see what it tastes like at a different spot. I will say the chicken here had a little bit different taste than Roscoe. This one was more spicy, like a Cajun style. And then my husband had the chicken fried steak and gravy and the churro waffles. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give it, well, I'll say this. If you can finish your food, you know what to say. So I will say the food was all right. It was okay. No, I'm just kidding. It was delicious. As you can see, we definitely ate everything. Another 10 out of 10. Well, guys, it was our last day in LA. We just took one quick little selfie in the garden one last time, and we headed on back home to North Carolina. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time.